lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, hi everyone, I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, welcoming you back to another kitchen counter thrift haul. Everything that you see on this kitchen counter is up for sale in the Old Curiosity Shop right now. And I am so excited to tell you that I finally have listed some of the dresser lamps. I still have two more sets of them to list. But as you can see in the back, I've got these listed. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about them because I've already blah 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 in previous videos. So you saw me when I thrifted these, you saw me when I restored them to their current condition, and now they're up for grabs. So just a quick review. Here are two small boudoir lamps for the vanity and a taller matching lamp which could be for the dresser table. Now I'm going to sell these, but the shades are not included. I know some of you fell in love with these shades, but I've got to keep my shades. It's hard to find old-fashioned shades like this, for me anyway. So I will be keeping them, and I'll be keeping these shades over here. These lamps are ceramic lamps, and they're also going to be late 30s into the early 40s. There's a maker's mark on the back of them. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it is in the auction listings. So they're all working and in good shape, ready for you. And I am so excited to tell you that 100%, that's right, I don't want to keep a nickel. 100% of the profits on these three lamps, which is one auction, and these two lamps, which is one auction, that's all going to go to Habitat for Humanity International. And I want to do that in honor and memory of my father, who was a Habitat for Humanity volunteer. And I'm just so excited to do it. I was really blessed. I had some auctions that sold for more than I thought they were going to. It's been a good month for me. And I always feel like when I'm blessed so that I can maybe bless somebody else. And it's not going to be much, but hey, I'm happy to be able to do a little bit extra this month. So if you're bidding on these or these, all of the proceeds go to Habitat for Humanity International. I talked once before about how the online charity auctions work, so if you have any questions, you can just email me personally about that. But you can also find more information on the eBay channel. It doesn't mean anything different for you. When you pay for it, instead of the money coming to me, it just automatically goes to the charity. Okay, so really good pictures are on the auction site. If you go and look, you can have a close-up. And there are 7-day auctions on those. Some of these things you've seen before. Here's the cheese and cracker, which is interesting because it's all one piece of porcelain fused together there rather than two pieces. Beautifully painted. I think somebody said those are snowdrops. And this is made in Bavaria. So this is then hand painted there. So it's German porcelain, probably early 20th century on that. Cheese and cracker. Cheese ball here, or cheese whatever here, and crackers down here. Here's a beautiful piece of McCoy. That little smudge down there is just something in the clay, in the glaze. We can see it's signed, and it's a very pale, well, brownish, greenish, you get the idea. Sometimes the bright lights from filming change the colors a little bit, but I think you'll like it. And there are no chips or cracks on that. There's that other piece of McCoy that we've talked about many times. That's up there. And I was able to get, a couple people thought that black X on the bottom was under the glaze and it was put on there to indicate that this is a second. No, that X was put on there by the store where I actually got this in a Goodwill, and they put those X's on there. X meaning 10. I paid $10 for this. So X, the Roman number 10, and they do that in case anybody tampers with the price tags. When you take it up to pay for it, they can see, aha, there's a black X on the bottom. This is supposed to be $10. How come there's a price tag on here of $1.99? Somebody did something funny. So I got the price tag, I got the ink off of there. That's an early piece of McCoy, the early 30s, and we talked about this in a few videos prior. Here are the Harlequin cups and saucers, 4 of them, 1930s Homer Laughlin, and they're in super good condition. I love the Harlequin pattern, and you're going to get all 4 of those. And I'm excited to tell you that I went back to the shop where I bought these, hoping that they would have brought out more. They did, but they only had 1 more cup and saucer, and guess what? It's in my favorite color, green. So I'm keeping it. So I have a duplicate here, but I'm going to keep that, just that one Harlequin green cup for myself, because you know how much I like it. Now this stuff isn't marked, don't worry. There are many pieces from this era that Homer Laughlin did not mark. So it's nothing to be upset about. This is the, from Dundee, Illinois, this is the early piece of Hagar Pottery. There's just the hint of a sticker left on there. And that's sort of an eggshell finish on there. Nice bluish color, almost like a robin's egg blue. The pottery vase, which is really pretty. And then in better lighting here, we saw these in my car yesterday. I just bought, now here's the Japan piece that's going to date to around 1930. What I didn't tell you yesterday, and I probably should have, is this might be, could be, probably is missing a lid. When you see this, what's called, like, referred to collectors, this called the duck bill. You see that very prominent pouring spout there? Waffles and pancakes were all the rage in the 1920s and 30s. It was a big deal. And breakfast sets were made, what they called waffle sets. And they would come with a pitcher like this for the waffle syrup. And you could actually make the waffles out on the breakfast table with the electric waffle maker. And they always have this duckbill sort of top on here, and there's usually a lid. So this could be a picture from a waffle set, or it might not be, but I just wanted to point that out in case anybody was wondering. And you can go and look up waffle sets, and you'll see they have that funny duckbill top on them.
Doctor, I can't do without my waffles, waffles, waffles of mine. Cover them and smother them with syrup. Waffles, waffles, I could eat 9. When I see a waffle, how I cheer up. No meat, no sweet, my candy I'll cut. No ham, no jam, no fried hollybuck. I must have waffles, waffles, doctor, be kind. Cut out my potato, but waffles for mine. Waffles, waffles, waffles for mine. Just cover them and smother them with syrup. Waffles, waffles, why I could eat 9. When I see a little waffle, how I cheer up. Since I've reduced, I've lost all my bins. I eat my...
This is in great condition. I love the colors on it. And boy, you could put dried flowers in there, make it a vase. If you have a kitchen that's sort of... Oh, remember when those Tuscany style kitchens were in style? When was that? Was that in the 90s that everybody was making their kitchens look like a Tuscan villa? That reminds me of that. That could be in one of those kitchens, you know, with pasta sticking out of it. I don't know. Here's the Majolica piece, which you saw yesterday. And I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get it over here where I can see it a little bit better. Beautiful pink on the inside, as you can see. And I was chatting with one of the subscribers, and we see that there's very much an oriental feel on the front here, where it's very simplistic in design. The bird, I guess it's a dogwood, but it might be a cherry, it might be some other type of a blossoming tree. You see natural forms in the aesthetic movement, as well as oriental designs that were popular when the Orient opened, and this was when we started to see this Majolica made in this way and popular here in England and in the US, the 1850s on up. This, I think, is an 1880s piece. It is unmarked, which I wouldn't expect it to be for the time period in which it was made, and it's just a beautiful piece. We can see there's two little chips right up there on the back side of it. There's a chip there and there, which is hardly seen because it's been colored in by somebody. I didn't do that, but they did okay. And I just really like the colors that you get with these tin glazes on Majolica, and I was really excited to find that. So we'll see what it does, what it sells for. Now this, pardon all these cords that I've got spread out all over here. I had to do that to get my electric lights lit up. Adorable little nursery planter there, probably from the 1940s or so. A little lamb. I was going to say sheep. I love the 39 cents sticker on the front. I mean, stamp on the bottom for the price. 39 cents, probably at Woolworths. I wonder if that was a gift for someone's little nursery when they were expecting a baby. Made in England. I think this is Grindley. I don't remember. It's the clover pattern. I guess I could look. It's Flow Blue. It's a big vegetable serving bowl. And I think the back stamp on this is going to date it sometime from 1890 to about 1910 or so. Let's take a look at the bottom. You can see the clovers. Don't think that you need to clean your eyeglasses, or that you've got blurred vision. Remember, we're in focus here, but that's what you get with Flow Blue. It's very difficult to read that, but you'll see trademark, and it should say Grindley, W.F. Grindley, I think, if my memory serves me correctly, but it's a nice piece. There aren't any chips or cracks on it. We do see crazing there of the glaze. You see that? Okay, and no stains from somebody's old baked beans. Now, a while ago I called this a soap dish, and some people were concerned and said, well, they thought maybe it was an underplate, and it certainly could be. But the reason why I thought maybe it was for toilet use is there is an indentation there where you would think a compote would sit on it. But if you'll notice, it's in an oval shape, and it's not even a perfect oval. It's an odd shape. And I think most of the compotes and things that I see that sit on top of underplates, it's usually a circular diameter, but I could be wrong on that. The other thing is that it's turned up on the side, and I don't usually see underplates that are turned up like that. So I just made the assumption that it was for toilet use and maybe meant for soap, but I certainly learn new things every day. Made in Austria. Speaking of learning new things every day, I want to thank, gosh, I can't remember your name, but you're a geologist or some such thing, and you left me a note about the marble top table I showed you yesterday, and all those little squiggles in there that I said looked like calamari or pimento loaf. Oh, I hated taking pimento loaf sandwiches to school in the 70s when I was a kid. My grandmother would make them for me, and I used to throw it out, but I wouldn't tell her. Anyway, this fellow, I guess it was, well, I don't know that it was a fellow. The man or the lady said that that's probably a piece of polished limestone. I believe that's what he said, because marble won't take fossils. And some of those marble top tables, it's just a general term, marble top. They could be marble or polished limestone, and I didn't realize that. So I really appreciate that information. And I might get a magnifying glass and take a close look at those fossils. I think that would be interesting. So I love learning new things, and I'm often taught new things by subscribers, so I really appreciate that information. Lotus a bowl and underplate here. This is Japan, and it's lusterware. Now you might think this is for soup, but this is actually a little serving bowl for sauce, mayonnaise, relish, that kind of thing. This, although it does look like a soup spoon, these were actually sold, and there would be several different pieces. There's the Lotus bowl and the underplate. The Japan mark is right there. It is wonderful to have underplate, underpants, underplate. You were waiting for that, weren't you? And the cup with the little serving spoon. Definitely for the Western market. And then this piece over here goes with it. Now it's slightly different in shape, as you can see. I'm going to get down here where you can see. I think I keep going in and out of focus. But this should be sitting right here, and then this is another bowl with part of the set. And there could be cups and saucers and all kinds of little dishes that would match it. But I'm going to sell all three of these together because, of course, it's a matching set. Okay. Let me back. I didn't do a zoom over. I didn't do coffee. I didn't do anything. You are not getting your money's worth in this video. But they're beautiful things, and it's all listed, as I said, and I'm excited once again for all the lamps in the back, 100% to go to Habitat for Humanity International. I think it's a wonderful charity, and I want to thank everyone who supports my YouTube store and my eBay store and my YouTube channel. That's it, folks. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching, and so long for now.